Hi, my name's Bruce Young. I'll be teaching a class on C.S. Lewis, his life and writings. It'll be held every Monday at 2:30. I know most of you have heard of C.S. Lewis. Many of you have read some of his books, but whether you know a little or a lot about C.S. Lewis, I think this class will offer you something new. We'll look at both Lewis's writings and his life. As some of you know, he was a teacher of medieval and Renaissance literature at Oxford and then later at Cambridge. So we'll look at a bit at his work as a literary critic, scholar, and teacher. But we'll also look at his personal life, including his conversion to Christianity, his marriage in his 50s, and the loss of his wife to cancer. In fact, one of the things we'll look at is a film called Shadowlands, which is on that very subject, his marriage and the death of his wife, starring Anthony Hopkins and Deborah Winger. By the way, Lewis didn't look that much like Anthony Hopkins. If you want to see what the man really looked like, this is him. C.S. Lewis, Clive Staples Lewis. He went by Jack, by the way. Mostly, though, we'll be looking at his writings. For instance, the Screwtape Letters, Letters from a Senior Devil to a Junior Devil, a fascinating book. The Great Divorce, which is a kind of spiritual fantasy, you might say. Mere Christianity, which is basically Lewis's attempt to sum up the basics of Christianity as he understood it. And then A Grief Observed, based on notebooks that he wrote after the death of his wife. Also, we'll look at Perelandra, which is one of his three what are called planetary novels, essentially science fiction, though there are some real surprises in what that means for Lewis. And we'll also look at the Chronicles of Narnia. Actually, there's 7 books. I've just got 3 of them here: Lion, Witch, and the Wardrobe, The Voice of the Dawn Treader, The Magician's Nephew, there's The Last Battle, there are others. There are a total of 7. They're often referred to as children's books, but they really are for everyone. We'll also look very briefly, or at least I'll give you sort of a survey of some of his other writings, such as Surprised by Joy, The Problem of Pain, The Four Loves, Till We Have Faces. Just depending on our time, we'll dip briefly into some of those. As you can tell, if you just come to class and listen in, you'll learn a lot. But to really get to know Lewis, you need to read what he's written. So I hope you'll read at least some of the books that we'll be discussing, especially the main ones that we'll be focusing on. As you can see, there is a lot to experience as we look at C.S. Lewis. His writings are truly enjoyable, a delight to read, and at the same time, they're inspiring and intellectually stimulating. And his life is fascinating in its own right. In fact, it can serve as an example of Christian discipleship. So I hope you'll be able to join us in this journey through the life and writings of C.S. Lewis. Thank you.